Happy New Year, Saskatoon. We need to talk about racism in this city. So let's start off the new year with a clean slate. There's been an awful lot of talk about being racist because someone might ask a question of Chief Arcand and the STC right now over the Wellness Center. And every time that uncomfortable questions get asked, all of a sudden it becomes a racist issue. And he's got examples of people being racist. Well, I have examples of his nephew being, I would consider, a racist online, which is interesting because I don't hear Chief Arcand saying too much about things like that. So Chief Arcand, when he had the vaccine clinic out at Saskatoon Center, I gave him all kinds of credit for that. Every time I talked to people and to him directly, I thought it was exceptionally well run. He ran it well from the inside and he ran it well on the outside. And when he was talking about doing any kind of a shelter, I expected him to put the same effort in. When he had the press conference at Sir John A. Macdonald about the name change, I was there. I was in the press gallery standing on the side listening to him, just because I live close by and I wanted to hear it firsthand. When he had the reconciliation walk, I walked around part of the city with him, talked to him directly, but then I had to go present to City Council. Partially because I want to know more, and also I believe it's a serious issue. But that doesn't mean that it's a carte blanche where you can just do anything. You still need to be accountable. There's taxpayer money being spent. So a lot of claims were made about the Wellness Center downtown. Well, everybody that saw it from the outside thought it was a disaster. But he says it was a great success on the inside. But if 50% of the time it's a disaster and 50% of the time it's an improvement, that's not doing good. And he devastated a whole bunch of things in the downtown core in the meantime. So now he's moved into a residential area. And anytime there's people asking tough questions, it's just a wellness center. It's for homeless people. How can you not want to take care of homeless? But then when he keeps talking, he starts talking about, well, maybe 60% of them are heavily addicted and will always be permanently addicted. So that means that he's taken heavily addicted people into a residential area. And he's letting them walk free if they decide they want to leave. And anybody that asks a question about that they're racist. He's going to throw up 10 teepees now. He's going to have people sleeping in them, according to him. He's going to have portable heaters in there, but we can't question any of this because that's his right. And we should just be quiet. And all of the people of Fairhaven are just racist, except his nephew is a racist. His nephew has made some very strong comments and challenging me when his uncle, Chief Arcand, went out in the press and said, hey, I challenge you to get from out behind your camera and get in front of a real camera and debate it with me. Well, I've taken up that. 2 months ago, I gave a notice that I'm ready for that, and for some reason, the chief hasn't been phoning. So Adam Terlesky thinks that he's the guy to challenge me. I don't think so. I think that he might just cower if he's on the stage because I haven't seen him say anything intelligent so far, other than he's the nephew of Chief Arcand. And between him and other people, they're calling me like a human trafficker, and that I'm just using this for my own good. When they closed 80 jobs down at Prairieland Park, I didn't hear Chief Arcand. 80 Indigenous people lost their jobs. They were low-paying, hard-working jobs, but they got to deal with culturally significant horses. So 80 people lost their jobs. I wonder where they ended up. Chief Arcand didn't say a word. When Moosomin First Nation had all their races out at Prairieland Park, did you hear Prairieland Park bragging and promoting them to try to help them? No. Didn't hear Chief Arcand doing too much either, did you? But it's interesting, now that he's Citizen of the Year, which is only weeks after he moved to shelter Kitty Corner from CTV, because I doubt they would have given it to him for a paid job, not a volunteer, that was running that poorly as it was in the downtown core. So now it looks like a clean slate within months, and now he's Citizen of the Year because he's trying, but he gets paid to try. So now he's going to have his gala for being Citizen of the Year at Prairieland Park. Maybe there's a lot of hypocrites in this crowd, but I think Chief Arcand better start taking a look in the mirror because he's leading it. And if we want to have a real debate, we need to talk about real numbers. And when you go to a public event, even inside of your own wellness center, and you put up a bunch of stats and people say, I'd like to see those stats later, and then you don't produce them, even though you say you're open and transparent, you're not really. You're just pretending. and we've caught on, and we want you to do better, and we want you to act better. Standing by.